Hi, I'm Doug with Rivers MetroPark, and this is Ruby. She is a red-tailed hawk, one of our wild animal ambassadors that helps us spread the message about the importance of habitat. Today, we're going to show you a little bit about her enclosure where she spends a great deal of her time when she's not working for us, and some of the tricks that we use working with her, getting her off her perches. So when we're picking up Ruby, we have to make sure her jesses are on the back side, so we've already done that. And then we're just going to slowly hold on to her here, and she'll step onto my hand. I've got her jesses. I have to keep her low in order to make sure her wings aren't banging up there against the top. And then we realize, of course, that Ruby, although she's not able to fly, you can see the injury on her left wing, she is able to get around. And so we always keep a leash as well as the jesses on her so that she stays where we want. And we can manipulate where she goes on our body because she has very powerful talons, and we want to make sure she stays on her glove. So to keep her to go up, she likes to walk upward, and so you just kind of let her go up, and then you can adjust the jesses to where they need to be. And that's how we work with her. And we like to show off sometimes different features of the bird by moving our wrist a little bit. For instance, if we want to show how she can balance with her tail, we'll just rotate back and forth, and you can see that. The other thing that hawks a lot of times will do, they have wonderful, powerful eyes, but unlike our eyes, which are small inside our skull, and we can move our eyes around, you can look right and left without moving your head. Birds' eyes are very heavy and big in a small skull, so they're fixed. And in order to look, they have to actually turn their whole head. So they're always looking kind of straight ahead, but moving their head around like that. And if they're sitting on a branch and they're focused on something, watch her head stay put as the wrist goes up and down. She's kind of got it on shock in order to, with her neck, it keeps her eyeball steady. She has many, many cones inside her eyes. It gives her wonderful focus. And of course, that's what she's using for hunting. And then that's a little bit about her and some of the tricks that we used when we're working with her. One thing that we have to do with Ruby sometimes is move her to festival locations and schools, and we have a transport box. She's not real fond of it, but she doesn't spend a lot of time in it. When we're putting her in there, one thing that we have to be careful of, hey bird, is we want to make sure her wings aren't really banging on things that are pretty closed. So we just let her step in, and then the box is actually fairly dark, and that is calming for a bird. So we'll just put her in there. We'll rotate the box, because as we start and stop with the van, we don't want her to fall back and forth. It's a lot easier for her to kind of go side to side with the motion of the van. And that's all we'll need to do. And we'll take her to our programs. And when we're done, she comes back to her flight cage. So she spends most of her time in there. Now, when we're done, we'll take the leash off and we'll bring her back into her enclosure. And we'll just give a quick tour of her enclosure. You can see there's multiple perches. There is water down here for her. There's plenty of water. She uses that to bathe her feathers. And I'll just let you do a little close-up. We do place rats and mice out here, usually on the perch. She carried that one down there. And so she has what she needs in here. And then we don't really want her trying to jump off of our wrist, so we're very careful when we put her down that we decide when we're doing that, so she doesn't feel like she can just jump off. So I'll just put her back, let her step backwards, and then she's just fine. She settles right in. Well, thank you for watching, and we'll do some more shots about other aspects of Ruby and how she represents Five Rivers MetroParks and the way we preserve habitat and the overwhelming need to keep habitat for wildlife and what you can do to help with that process.